All right, hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a Final Fantasy tier list. Yay! Okay, so this is going to be the objectively correct tier list. I will not hear any objections to my opinions because they are correct. So, do we want to go in? I think we're just gonna go in order. First S tier is obvious. Well, okay. Do you want to get it over with? First S tier is obvious. It's 9. It's 9. 9 is just it's an S tier. From an objective standpoint, bruh, don't Foxy, don't even. From an objective standpoint, FF2, get out of here. From an objective standpoint, 9 is just like it's yes, the ATB is slow, but like the character development is so good, the story is so good. It is a well-rounded game. The combat is fun. I won't hear crap. Tetramaster is kind of fun. I think it is just a well-rounded game in every way, shape, and form. Maybe it doesn't excel at one compared to some others. You know, maybe another has a better story or better, you know, whatever battle system. But I think 9 is just like, on average, it just does it all best. Yeah, I like what Foxy said. Absolutely. So, now we'll go after this. So, I think 1 is a fair. We're gonna put it in B. It's a fair. It's the first game in the series. It's great at what it is. Maybe over time, it. I mean, even some of the remakes of the game, like the PSP version and stuff, have been fantastic. Like upgrades through time. So I think it's just a good, like, here's just the average, standard, middle ground. Here's the bar, and it's FF1. Okay, also, I'm gonna put them at the end here. 11, I have not played 11, I'm sorry. Revenant Wings, I have not played, and I don't know why Dawn Trial's on here, it hasn't come out. So, those 3 I will not be ranking because I have not, I haven't played those 3. So, do we want to go in order? I'm putting, I'm sorry, Foxy. I'm putting 2 in C. It's, I think I need to give it a better shot. And I will say with the Pixel remaster, I did enjoy it a little more. I think there's just certain things. That's what's on here, Eddie. I'm going for it. I think there's just certain things that the game tries that just don't work well. Like the memorizing like keywords thing. I think that is just unnecessary. I respect that they were trying new things, but I don't think some of them worked. But you got to give it respect for trying new things. Ooh. 3. What do I want to do with 3? I really like 3. Again, another game that the Pixel remaster has done. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it in B, and I'm gonna put it above 1. I like 3. Again, the Pixel remaster having like auto saves in the World of Darkness and stuff really make it a little more enjoyable. I know it is tough because, yeah, you know, OG3 is just brutal. Same with the 3D version, and they're different games in a sense, but 3's job system is really fun. You know, while very simple, yeah, it's a good game, you know. The story isn't deep, but it's enjoyable. I like it. I do enjoy my time with 3. Oh man. So do I And this is either going high A or low S. I think I'm gonna go high A on FF4. I really love 4. Yeah, you know, other than, yes, 2 also, but 4 is really one of the first goes at, like, you know, named characters, a real story, those sorts of things. It is an extremely enjoyable game. It is one of my favorite Final Fantasies. I'm going to be a little objective here and say, you know, it definitely can lack in a certain place, but I think FF4 deserves its place. It probably is going to be my highest. It might be my highest A. We'll see. Let's go. Oh, we have 4 after years. Okay. I need to give it more of a chance, I think. But the time I've had with After Years, this game is not fun. It's just not fun. It felt like an actual drag to get through. The chapters just like, I didn't. Man, if you've... Grim knows. Yeah, the fact that Grim immediately was like the game's hot garbo knows. Like, so you have the chapters and they're like individual stories of what happened after the events of FF4, and it's just like, you know, Edward's chapter, for example, there is no boss or anything. It's all lore, but you still have like random encounters which are on a ridiculously high rate. And it just feels awful to go through. And then you go to the next chapter, Ursula, and you're back to level 1 and you're re-grinding up to beat the chapter. And it's just like, it's just, I'm sorry, D. This game should have been a Kojima cutscene movie game. Moving onward. 5? Boom. Boom. A tier. Job system. They took 3's job system, made it good. Made it very good. 5's just solid. I don't know what else to say. I mean, the story, again, while simple, I love the story. And again, the job system, the fact that you can combine abilities from different jobs makes replayability on that game just so high. It's so fun. Absolutely. 5. A tier. I'm gonna put it below 4. I think I just enjoy 4 better from a character and story standpoint, but 5 definitely is better from like a gameplay standpoint. But I'm putting 4 above it. Maybe a little personal bias, but I'm putting 4 above it. 6. 6. I've been getting a little more appreciation with 6 because I've been playing it recently. The soundtrack of 6 is like, you know, if this was a soundtrack tier list, it would absolutely go right there. Oh man, I'm actually having a really hard time with this. I'm either putting it here or here. And I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. I can be persuaded. I have a love-hate with 6. I really like the game. The characters are super unique. Hey, Cheoff. Ready for late night shenanigans? You're ready for my great opinions. So 6 for me, like I said, the soundtrack is like S. It's one of the best. The characters are all so unique and interesting. I love the party cast, and I love that it's so big. It lets you really, and I like that you can just not get Terra at the end World of Ruin, right? Like, it's just like neat that it's like this person that you really have been playing with and think is the main character. There's almost no main character to the game. And I think that's really cool. I like it for what it is. I think Kefka's boring. That's just my opinion. And I think that takes away a little bit. But there's a lot of customization in it. There's a lot of side quest stuff. I think it's worth to say it's S tier. Yeah. That's like my only complaint of 6 is I think it kind of hinders it a little bit that I think like the story works well as a whole. I just think Kefka's boring. Yeah, he's just got nothing to him. He's just like, I want to kill things. 7. Boom. I'm putting it here. I love 7. I love 7. It's so good. This game's amazing. It was my first Final Fantasy. Again, there might be some bias there. Does this have, wow, this doesn't have 7 remake? All right, well, I'm not even taking remake into consideration. This is just 7. This is just 7. A tier, interesting. Okay. This is interesting. I like it as S. I think, yeah, I think I'm sticking with S. I think I just love everything about 7. I think it comes together as a really, really good package between the story. Party customization is really fun. I always had fun like combining materia and whatnot in the battle system. I love the soundtrack on 7. And the amount of time I spent in the Gold Saucer. Love it. 7. Amazing. I'm excited to see remake stuff. I'm surprised it's not on this list, but meh. Do they elaborate on his back? So that's the thing, Fox, is like I've heard people be like, oh, you know, Kefka was a guy and then he was like, he went mad because of like Magitech research or like something on. Again, I need to kind of refresh on my 6 lore a little bit, but I don't remember where that's, if that's elaborated, like where that is. Crisis Core is not on this list. It's it's interesting that they have like after years on here, but not like, because I'm kind of saying like, oh, these are main series games, but like Crisis Core is probably more main series than this. Yeah, I don't recall it either, but anyway, yeah, it doesn't really make it any more interesting. 8. So, if you would have asked me like 5 years ago, where does 8 go? I probably would have put it there. I'm not gonna lie. I had a lot of strong opinions about the junctions. Harley's already slamming it down here. Wow. I figured that was coming. I've heard your rant. So I always had a lot of really strong opinions about the game. And I still do, but I did play it through. I did play it through again recently, and I'm not gonna lie, it's going there. It's going there. So I grew to really like this game. Yep. Nope. I grew to really like this game. I gave it a fair chance and it won me over a little bit. I love the world. I don't leave. I'm gonna talk about it. It does have a lot of redeemable qualities. I love the world, like just the world, the lore surrounding the world, the lore of Sorceress Adol and Laguna, and the whole kind of ties to like the more you dig into like why doesn't technology work, you know, there's lots of little things in the backgrounds like the billboard at the start of the game where they transmit to, but at first it's just like red text that says like, I don't remember the exact wording, but it's like, oh, you can't keep me trapped forever, I'll be back. And it's like messages from Sorceress Adele. It's just one of those games that it's like, the further you dig, the more the lore really comes out, and it's really interesting. I almost wish they spent more time on Laguna and that story. The soundtrack slaps. maps. The battle system is enjoyable. Sometimes it can boil down to limit break spam, but I still think the battle system is very enjoyable. My only reason that it does not go to S, the only reason it does not go to S is, number one, the game opens with like a 30-minute, like you can skip it, but like the game opens with just a stupid amount of tutorials. Like it is so annoying to start the game because it just has a stupid amount of tutorials. And I think outside of Squall and Renoa, I think the other 4 party members they have the personality of Plank from Ed, Edd n Eddy. Like, there's nothing there. Like, nothing. Zell likes hot dogs. Great. Cool character development. Like, the game does not spend enough time fleshing out those characters. And I think it leads them to be extremely boring. A little bit, Foxy. I may agree with you. But at least there's something there, you know? What, like, even Irvine, like, with his, like, I can't take the shot. Like, I was like, oh, there's some character development here. I was like, oh, no. Silly me. Let's cut that shit out. But we already did 9. 9 is where it needs to be. 10. 10? I think I'm putting it right there. I think 10 is as close to 9 and perfect as I could put it. It's again, I feel like 10. There we go. Yeah, I think 10, like 9, it just like all around is just, I really don't think I can find a bad thing to really say about 10. Maybe you could say it's a little linear, but I don't mind that. I am a very story-driven guy. I like it. Yeah, I think 10 is just an enjoyable experience through and through. Now 10-2. Yeah, now 10-2. I haven't played 10-2 in a while. So maybe my opinion would change. But it's going there. FF10 played in English. I don't think I've ever played 10 in Japanese dub. Never even heard it, I don't think. Foxy might have. I haven't. That intro song. No, like 10-2 has a really fun battle system. Love the battle system. Makes it F. The battle system is really fun, and I love the dress spheres. It's just most everything else in the game kind of makes me go meh. I'm not like I don't know. It is what it is. I just don't think 10 needed a sequel. Yeah. Skipping 11. 12. What do I do with you? What do I do with you, 12? Bottom of the barrel. Dude, Foxy, nothing will frustrate me more than playing 10, especially in like a speedrun, and accidentally hitting the blitzball tutorial, and then just crying for like 2 minutes. I don't know. I'm actually kind of torn on this one. So here's my thought with 12. I'm very indifferent to this game. Don't do that. Dude, when I did my really longathon, I accidentally watched the job tutorial in FF5. I can't help it. Honestly, I think I'm doing that. No, Hi, Lunamiel. So, I wish Vaughn was not in the game. I wish the game just like... I wish the game was just written from Balthier's perspective. Like... So that's the thing. Ivalice is so cool. It's so cool. And I feel like 12 misses the potential they could bring. I think there's a lot of boring in it. I think, I don't know, the license board is cool, but sometimes it feels too grindy, and the battle system has never really interested me too much. I just, like I said, I just wish this game just did a little more. Now I know there's things like, as far as I understand it, the writer of the game did not get to finish the game, so like the writer that wrote like the first half or 3/4 of the game, and I kind of wish that, you know, to see where that, because it does wrap up kind of meh. The soundtrack's okay. There's some good tracks on it, but like I said, sorry, you know, I think the good and the bad averages out to me. That's gotta account for something. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. You're making a good point. Ooh, we've got the trilogy here. 13, 2, late. So I think I'm gonna put them on the board and then we'll talk about them one by one. So I think I'm gonna go. Boom. 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 That's where we're at. So 13, I like 13. I actually do like 13. It kind of goes under that same thing where some of the characters are completely uninteresting. Hey, they're cup noodles, maybe. That can have its own F tier on its own. 13, yes. Yes, Harley. Alright, Lumail, enjoy yourself. Yeah, the OST is amazing. I think it's a gorgeous game. Battle system's fun, you know. I've invested in the story. Granted, some of the story there's a level of story in 13 that you have to really dig through a lot of like journal data log entries for, which is kind of like, you know, if you just ignore the data log, the story kind of starts to fall in on itself. Well, and so, yeah, here is the thing, is these are ordered, so because I put 13 in B and 12 in B, I'm not saying they're equal, because this is at the top of B. Yeah, it's just 13, and I don't even care, like, the story was too ambitious. I can agree with that, for sure. Like I said, because the story should not require you to read through, you know, a novel within the game to understand it, you know? And then that's kind of tough, I would say. But all in all, I think it's a really great game. I don't like hearing the arguments of, like, you know, linearity. It's you know, yes, some of the screens seem a little egregious, but 10 is... So here's the thing. I won't make this argument at the moment, because I was gonna say, well, 10 is linear, and it is. Where 10 and 13 differ is that 10 is not linear in its leveling system. The sphere grid gives you a lot of cool customization and whatnot, and 13 is just hold X to level up, right? And so I don't like hearing the argument of like 13 is linear and how you traverse the maps, because it's like, yeah, well, 10 is the exact same thing. But yeah, 10 differs because 10 has an interesting leveling system and 13 does not. It does not. The Crystarium is boring. Especially when you rack up a ton of CP and you're just sitting there, just holding the button, just like, ugh, come on, come on, come on, come on. I know it speeds up as you do it, but you're still just like, we're leveling. So, yeah, 13-2. I like this game. I like it a lot. Again, little ambitious. Time travel stories can always be a little tough. I know the soundtrack can also be a little polarizing to people, but oh boy, I like 13-2. This game is just great. I like playing as Sarah. I like getting to see the world. Yeah. Later, Foxy. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, 13-2 is a really... Again, I still don't really think 13 needed a sequel, but I will say for a sequel, it's pretty great. I love getting to revisit different things in different time periods. There's a lot of, you know, openness to where you can go and what you can do, and it's just always been a great game. I love it. It's great. Now, Lightning Returns, this game does not feel good. I was not a big fan of 13 Lightning Returns. I would like to replay it. It's been a little while since I played it, but it just never did anything for me. The story really just never interested me. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it other than it didn't. Some of the character designs were cool. I liked Lumina. Lumina's neat, but you know, seeing half the cast of 13 just like, you know, you can get Young Hope again. I don't know who wants that. You can get depressed Noel in the city. You can get depressed Snow in the city. How about depressed Fang in a tomb underground? Well, she's more of a thief than a depressed whatever. It's sort of like, meh. I don't think it was tied to the game. It just like was a part of Lightning's character in general around that time. Well, maybe in the ending. I can't remember, because in the ending, yeah, she is in like normal clothes, so possibly. Yeah. Like, I get like, oh, they wanted to tie up the story, I guess, but I don't know. It just never, yeah, it just never really like felt great in any way. Now we're getting into the, these are, the big boy. Is it really, okay, I'm not even ranking 1.014. I'm not even ranking it. Yeah, well, we've got, it depends if I want to do this, and I don't really, no, I do, because I have a hot take here, and you know what? We're going all in on it. Realm Reborn. I mean, it's very, I would say it's just very, all right, great. There you go. There you go. Now, back to the scheduled program. ARR S tier. That is bold, because I'm sticking it there. It is perfectly okay. It is perfectly okay. It's just, you hear it from everybody who plays the game, right? Is there like, when does the game get good? Like, Realm Reborn's story is definitely, that's fair, for sure. I too, listen, Harley, we're gonna have a talk after this. It is hard to, and it's changed, right? Because, like, they slimmed the story, they've, you know, changed how Praetorium and Castra Meridianum work. Dude, rest in peace, Cape Westwind, my favorite duty roulette. But yeah, so I think that the safest place to say is just B, you know, very average. Heaven's Ward. I think I'm gonna put Heaven's Ward up here. Oh, I want to put it below 8. No, I don't. No, I don't. There's Heaven's Ward. Actually, for what I want to do here, I think it goes low S. Heaven's Ward is just amazing. Hey, Mart. You want to see where I put Shadowbringers? You know what? Let's just get it over with, and then I'll just go on the whole rant. Heaven's Ward, Shadowbringer, or I'm sorry, Stormblood, Shadowbringers, and Endwalker. We did it. There we go. Objectively correct. Yes, I'm putting Heaven's Ward above FF8. Have you played FF8? It's not Dragon Song War levels of good story. Dragon Song War is just so gorgeous. Like, just like standing on the steps of faith, staring at Nidhogg before the trial as Dragon Song plays in the background is just iconic. It is beautiful, and definitely just like a moment that defines the whole patch, I would say. Stormblood, I personally really love Stormblood. I know some people do not like Stormblood, and I can understand it. But I enjoy it. I don't know. Maybe there's a little bit of nostalgia there for me. It was the only time I thought Xenos was even remotely interesting. And we'll get to that. But, you know, I like Stormblood. I like a lot of the areas. It was very beautiful. I enjoyed, like, Tsukuyomi. There were a lot of really cool elements to Stormblood with Doma and just lots of cool things. Shadowbringers, in my opinion, is one of the greatest stories that we've had in a mainline Final Fantasy in a long time. Shadowbringers is just, I think Shadowbringers is just perfect. I think it's the peak of FF14 that will never be reached again. You have no reason for it. Hey, that is okay. That is okay. But yeah, I think Shadowbringers is just, yeah, it's perfect. And that's where the hot take comes in, because I don't think Endwalker is, I don't think it's S tier. It's incredible. It is soundtrack, so amazing, so amazing. You know what gets Endwalker up to here for me? If you cut Xenos out of the story, Xenos brings it down to A tier. Xenos should have stayed, should have just stayed behind here. Xenos felt so forced, so unneeded, drove me mad. Nope, I can't. Nope, I can't. That's my hill I actually will die on, is I think that kind of soured the story of the game for me. It's just every time he was on screen, I was like, oh, again. Like, you know, I remember when he being on a call with Nolly when he busts through at the final fight, and we both just like groaned. I was like, no fucking shot. But the story of Meteion, and the, you know what? I'll put it there. Just as I started talking about, the story of Meteion and Vana in the past was really good, though. I think I can look past how much I hate Xenos for that. And without going too much into like spoilers or anything, but like, there's something extremely powerful about the moment that Vana, yeah, no, definitely. As I started talking about it, I was like, okay, wait, yeah, that's worth it. I think there's something extremely powerful about the moment in Elpis where Vana asks, was your journey worth it? Was it fulfilling? And I think it's just such a powerful moment, because it's like, it's this cool culmination of everything you've played for the last 5+ years in Vana asking the character, but also like the devs asking the player. Like, yeah, it's so cool. And I think that's just a really iconic moment. So this one's also going to be a little tough for me for 15 because I played 15 on launch and I have not gone back to it. And I know they have like patched it, they've added some DLCs, and I actually haven't, you know, I played this when, what was it, like chapter like 12 or whatever was complete garbage. When you're playing as Noctis in Niflheim and it's just miserable before they fixed it. So with my limited, you know, with my memory of OG 15 and not like what it has become today, I think I stick it like there. I think it's just like okay. It never 15 is another example of, you know what? I might get hate for this, but now that I'm looking at the list, I think we're doing this. I think 15 is just like another example of missed potential. I think it is just another example of like, I wish it had more. And I know maybe the DLCs will help me a little bit, but I don't know. It just, there was just something about it that never really, that is definitely a big part of it. Yes, yeah, exactly, Ratpack. The ending didn't really capture me too hard. I did think Arden was really cool. I did like him as a villain. But yeah, the big empty open world never did it for me. The ending didn't really do it for me. And it's gonna get into a thing that I'm gonna talk about as we do our next game. That's fair too, Al, for sure. Now, this lad. Oh boy, where do I... what I'm happy about doing this now is my initial like hype over 16 has died down. You know, like when I beat 16, I was like, oh my god, it's the best game I've played in a long time. And now it's like, okay, we've come down from the initial high of beating the game, and I can give a really objective ranking of 16. And I think I'm putting it at the highest A tier. I love 16. Love 16. Okay, Harley, close your ears for like 5 minutes. I will wave at the camera when it is safe for you to listen again. So, no typing spoilers in chat. So, 16 is, so I just want to say this real quick before I bring her back, is that 15, 16, can we stop writing stories where the main character has to die at the end? Okay, I wanted nothing more than someone to survive in 16, and they were like, nope, I'll die. I was like, can we stop trying to make a story good by killing the main character? Okay, Harley can come back now. But so like I said so. But yeah, I will admit that side quests were, while they paid off in the end, they were a bit of a slog. I would get on for stream and I'd be like, let's make progress today. And I'd play like 3.5 hours of side quests and I was like, I don't care anymore. Move on. But the combat is so fun. The combat is just so fun. I liked them. They just, yeah. I think there just should have been less. You know, like I said, they definitely paid off in the end, but there were a lot of side quests that were just like, go here, they were very FF14 like, you know, they were like, talk to this guy, talk to that guy, go get a plant off the ground, bring it back. And I was like, I don't care. I don't want to do these stupid fetch quests anymore. but the story paid off well. So soundtrack is incredible. Combat is insanely fun. I just think it's bogged down by fluff. It's what I would say about 7 Remake as well, is it's an amazing game that's bogged down by fluff, you know. 7 Remake has the drum and the sewer scene with Leslie, where I was like, you know, with the sewer scene, it made me really like Leslie, but I was like, I don't like anything before this. Like, this could have been a 5-minute cutscene. Instead, this is like an hour and a half of boring. The drum in Remake, I was like, cool, I got to see the little snaky fish enemy, and that's the only thing I care about. But yes, here is our finished product, our objectively correct opinions on Final Fantasies.